We will have fun explaining the formulas, similarity, and congruence conditions related to shapes, area and circumference of a circle. Well, the area of a circle is calculated as a pi r, where r is the radius distance from the center of the circle to the outside. The circumference, the length around the circle, is c2 pi r. Lines and angles. The sum of the angles along a straight line is always 180 degrees. So, when two straight lines intersect, there are 4 angles formed at the intersection. And the sum of all angles is 180 degrees. Triangle. The total interior angles of a triangle are 180 degrees. A right triangle is one that satisfies the Pythagorean equation ABC. A and B are right-angled sides, and C is the hypotenuse. Rectangle. A square has all sides of equal length, diagonals of equal length, and orthogonal lines intersect at 90 degrees. A rectangle also has diagonals of equal length, but the angles are not 90 degrees. Polygon. The sum of the interior angles of a regular polygon is n2 times 180 degrees. N is the number of sides of the polygon. So we know that a triangle is 180 degrees and a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Similar shapes. Similar figures have the same ratio of sides and angles. That's why they have similar shapes. For example, a small triangle may be similar to a large triangle. Parallel lines. Parallel lines never intersect with each other. Parallel lines that cross a straight line are equivalent angles, so their angles may be the same. Now you have some basic ideas about shapes. In junior high school mathematics, these ideas are used to investigate the properties of shapes and solve problems. Conditions of congruence. Of course, the word joint may be a little formal, but it's actually a really fun concept. Have fun explaining the terms of the agreement. Congruent means that two shapes are exactly the same shape. However, even though the sizes and orientations may differ, the shapes are the same. Let's have fun thinking about the terms of the agreement. Side lengths are the same for two shapes to be congruent. Their sides must be the same length. It's like having candy that's the same length. Angles are the same congruent shapes. Also have corresponding angles that are the same. That's why the two shapes look like they're posing as characters from the same game. Matching sides and angles. Congruent shapes have exactly the same sides and angles. It might be like putting together Lego blocks. Even if the shapes and orientations of the blocks are different, the same parts are assembled together. Once you understand the conditions of congruence, you will have fun comparing shapes to determine if they are the same. It's also a fun adventure to think about how pieces of the same shape fit together in a puzzle. Similarity condition. The word similarity refers to shapes that are similar but different in size. Similar conditions are fun, like puzzle pieces. Now, let's have fun explaining the conditions of similarity. Same ratio of sides. Similar shapes have the same ratio of corresponding sides length ratio. It's like having puzzle pieces of similar shapes, but different sizes, and putting them together to create a new picture. Matching angles. Similar shapes have matching angles. It's like the characters in the same game are a little smaller, or a little bigger. Matching sides and angles. Similar shapes have matching sides and angles. In other words, it feels like all sides are scaled at the same ratio. This is like when you scale a photo. The overall shape remains the same, only the size changes. By understanding the conditions of similarity, you will be able to recognize that figures and objects have similar shapes at different sizes. This is very interesting because it is used in many different fields, such as architecture, maps, photography, model making, etc.